All right, I'm looking at our route to Eagle Harbor and Bainbridge Island today, and we're going to be heading out to Puget Sound and turning to the right to go south with Bainbridge Island to starboard. But really what I want to pay attention to is our entrance into Eagle Harbor itself. So as you can see, our route is twisty-turny. We'll be coming in from the north, and as we approach the Tyee Shoal marker down here, we're going to need to make sure we don't cut that reef too close and get hung up on a sandbar. And then we'll be turning to the northwest, and things get skinny in here and shoaling on both sides.
This is Absolutely. He's our home.
You're setting sail with First Mate Nikki,
Captain Dale, and our ship's dog, Amity. Welcome aboard.
It was March and we had a few days to spare before our upcoming trip to the Olympic Peninsula, so a sail to Eagle Harbor seemed a perfect adventure.
Absolutely slipped from the dock at noon and motored under the Agate Pass Bridge. She found a steady southern wind once in Port Madison, sailing close-hauled in 12 to 18 knots apparent.
And I can't explain when I call your name, and love's not pain, and we're together. And I won't deny the look in your eye. Truth is, I try, and we're together. And I want every day to be mine to say, come what may, we are together. Then you smile at me, so sweet. And then you touch me where I lose all care. Why can't I resist the way you insist? Since last we kissed and we're together. And I
After 3 hours of sailing, we furled sails to transit into Eagle Harbor, paying attention so as to not run aground.
The look in your eye. Truth is, I try, and we're together. And I want every day to be mine to say, come what may.
The entrance feels especially narrow when shared with a ferry.
This guy just landed on the dock. I think we were both pretty startled to find each other here. We treated ourselves to breakfast out. Is it good? Then we cast off for Paulsbo.
Being so nearby, we've been itching for an adventure in the Olympic Peninsula. We took advantage of an early season lodging special at Lake Quinalt Lodge, giving us a few days to explore the Olympic National Forest with its countless waterfalls.
Look at the one growing in the water.
Amity!
After a very wet and rainy day, we were grateful to warm ourselves by the hearth at Lake Quinalt Lodge.
The next morning, we headed for the Pacific Ocean. On the way, we visited a 1,000-year-old spruce tree in all of her magnificence.
About 1,000 years old.
Jeez.
Hello, Pacific Ocean. It's a bit windy out here on the coast. After a pretty drive around the Olympic Peninsula, we returned to Absolutely.
We were back on the boat and ready to sail. We heard a lot about how charming Gig Harbor is, so we plotted a course south. Blake Island served as a great mid-course layover. Sadly, there was no wind, so we motored the 15 nautical miles via Rich Passage to a west side mooring.
She's a badass with a good heart, the type of girl you want to marry. Ain't no danger in Mavis, she's a girl from our own town. Ain't no danger in Mavis, pretty soon she'll settle on down.
There was no wind in the forecast, so Absolutely stayed at Blake for 3 nights. It afforded time to explore beaches and hike the island's web of trails. Our final hike was a loop around the island. We saw raccoons, herons, and black-eared deer, and seals. There are always seals.
Ain't no danger in Mavis, she's a girl from our own town. Ain't no danger in Mavis, pretty soon she'll settle on down.
This longhouse used to house a salmon bake and traditional dancing performances. A small Seattle ferry delivered guests to the island. Sadly, those days have passed, and now the longhouse stands quiet and lonely. Approaching our dinghy at the end of our hike, we noticed several bald eagles soaring and singing above.
She wasn't in any old place, not at the beach, not at the sea, not in the city where we thought she'd be. She's a badass with a good heart, the type of girl you want to marry. Ain't no danger in Mavis, she's a girl from our own town. Ain't no danger in Mavis.
Meanwhile, back on Absolutely,
Settle on down. There's an old stone
Day 4
house
remained
on
calm, but the anticipation of Gig Harbor won. We motored a few hours down Colville's Passage with mountains in view virtually every direction. We turned hard to starboard to transit the mouth of Gig Harbor. The entrance is not only narrow and winding, but it can be quite shallow.
we docked at Jerisich Public Landing and sat back to take in the view.
Wander inside to the cellar, past the golden black sewing machine. Dance through
We visited an old favorite, Tide's Tavern,
that sway into Fort
and took a walk to this viewpoint of Mount Rainier and the passage towards the Tacoma Narrows Bridge and South Puget Sound.
Well, they live like king and queen, or at least
After a few days in Gig Harbor, we set out for
in
home.
that old stone house off the boulevard.
With light winds and being in no rush, we decided to lay over at Blake Island.
I jump into a chair for milk and cookies. Grandma's eyes sparkle as we laugh. The den
We found the marina nearly empty.
while Perry Mason's case is tight. I still hear the waltzing phonograph.
You okay?
That old stone house off the boulevard.
Now this is fresh as it gets right there. Yeah, shooting it.
I skip upstairs to the study.
Salty.
Like the ocean.
Gotta put these back.
The following day brought rain and stormy conditions, which didn't seem like fun boating, so we stayed another night.
I still feel the satin on my skin. Well, they live like king and queen, or at least to me it seemed, in that old stone house off the boulevard. Now that I am grown, I remember Grandma's home, and the riches that she wore weren't found in any store. Her humble heart of gold is a story that I hold from that old stone house off the boulevard. They live
We
like
then
king
motored
and
home on a
queen,
calm, blue
or
spring
at
day.
least to me it seemed, in that old stone house off the boulevard. In that old stone house.
Liberty Bay welcomed us with a fleet of young ones learning to sail. Isn't that the best?
In that old stone house off the boulevard.
The three women who contributed songs to this adventure have so much in common. They're multi-instrumentalists, they're singers, they're songwriters, and they all recorded albums in my studio. And that's what we hear in this adventure. So special thanks to Kim Kelley for her song Together, and to Dottie Ashley and her band Appaloosa for a song called Mavis, and Midyne Spear for her song Grandma's House. Please like and subscribe. We look forward to sharing our next adventure with you. Don't forget to get on.